So you want to be successful. You want your name in lights. You want people to hear your music and love it, but there's something holding you back. There's something that makes you feel like you're not good enough. And there's really only one way to fix that. What's up, guys? Brandon here from KDMR Music, the channel helping you become a more successful musician. Now, if you're new around here, we do videos every week about music marketing. I give you strategy tips. I give you music business education so that you know how the finances work. And sometimes we have to help your confidence and your mindset in videos just like this one. So if you're interested in that type of content, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Now, today we're talking about how to build your confidence as a musician. As artists, a lot of us tend to be insecure. We tend to be introverted. We tend to not know how to express ourselves outwardly, which is why we kind of look inside and create music, and then we put that out so that people can judge it for themselves, right? Now, along with that, just general introvertedness comes a sense of insecurity, a lack of confidence, if you will. We see these artists on TV, we hear these songs on the radio, we see these interviews. You may even be on your local scene and you see the guy who's just the big dog in the area. And it's like, man, my music seems like it could be as good as his, but I just feel like I just don't have that thing, right? And so today I'm going to talk about a few practical steps that you can take to understand that you are just as good as everyone else and to really build that confidence up for you. So the first step is going to sound really obvious because it kind of is, but we're going to do it anyway. So the first thing you can do to build up your confidence is to practice. I mean, no one ever got better by just doing something twice, right? Practice is something that you have to do over and over and over again. If you're passionate about something, if you want to be the best at something, then you have to learn to practice it. You've got to be able to say, man, I need to just put in this work so that I know when the time comes, I can perform at my best, right? If you're a rapper, it may be something like working on your breath control, right? Where you want to be able to rap double time, but you've got to work on your breathing so that you can do that, so that you can be like Black Thought and rap for 10 minutes without friggin' breathing, right? So practicing is going to be super crucial. The more you do something, the more it becomes second nature to you, the more confident you are doing it no matter who's around, right? That's why if, Jay-Z walks in a room and Kanye's like, oh man, Jay-Z's my idol, let me spit this verse. And he can do that without being nervous because behind the scenes, he's practiced that verse 8 million times. So it becomes muscle memory. Ninth Wonder tells a great story about the time that he got called to make a beat for Jay-Z. He had made so many beats before. When Jay-Z asked him to make a beat on the spot, he was ready. And that's how you've got to be. You've got to have practiced so much that there's nothing that can take you off your guard. So practicing, that's the first tip that I have for you. Now, we can kind of call this tip 1A. Practicing using aids, using resources, right? There's an old saying that says practice makes perfect. But then you could really revise it to say perfect practice makes perfect. Meaning if you're doing something the wrong way, doing it a bunch of times isn't helping you. It's actually reinforcing negative habits. So in your practicing, what you've got to do is you've got to have a bar that you're setting, some sort of a measurement so that you know you're getting better. And there are great ways to do that. So you can invest in tools like melodics if you're a beat maker, or vocal coaching if you're a singer, songwriter, or even just online courses that will help you get better at your craft, whether it's beat making, sound design, songwriting. There are courses for everything. If you're interested in finding out more about courses, I can give you a 30-day free trial of Skillshare that I'll leave in the description of this video. But practicing with aids, investing in training, investing in learning is what's going to help you to get better. Now, the third way that you can get better is by investing in a focus group, getting a group of your friends together, or maybe not even just your friends, but getting a trusted group of advisors together so that when you have a song or if you have a performance, if you're working on something, you can run it by them before you give it to the general public and say, hey, what do you think about this? Now, there are a few ways you can accomplish this. The first example, like I said, you could get a group of your friends together and show them your music. The only problem with getting your friends together is sometimes you don't know if they're, telling you the truth or if they're just telling you what you want to hear. So you want to make sure that your friend group is solid enough, is trustworthy enough, and they're going to give it to you straight. You want to make sure that if they say something, they're giving you their word and they really believe it. And you want to know that they trust you and they respect you enough to tell you the truth about your art, right? What do I mean by that? Well, they've got to be willing to say no. They've got to be willing to say to you, hey, this isn't it, but if you do this, it may be better, right? They've got to be willing to do that for you. If they're not, you don't want to get their help because, again, they could be lying to you this whole time, and then you go to perform your songs in front of a crowd and it falls flat, right? So you can get your friends together. Another thing you can do is use Facebook groups, right? You can join Facebook groups where people are saying, hey, we'll listen to your music. We're all independent musicians and we're all in this together, and they'll critique your songs, right? There are plenty of places where you can submit your music. But these Facebook groups are great because you can give feedback, you can hear what other people are doing, and you can get feedback from your own music. So that's a great idea as well, Facebook groups. Another way that you can get unbiased opinions on your music before you release it to the general public is a tool called Crowd Review. It's actually owned by Reverb Nation. So if you sign up for a Reverb Nation account, you can use Crowd Review. And Crowd Review is great because what it allows you to do is to submit your song and it sends it out randomly to anonymous people who will then listen to it and give detailed feedback. They'll tell you what genre it feels like it fits in. They'll tell you what artist they think it's similar to. And they'll also give you notes on the mix, the sound quality, and whether or not they like the song. So Crowd Review by Reverb Nation is a great tool to use. So let's just recap for a second. The first tip is just to practice, right? And right along with practicing, the second tip is investing in training. You want to be able to know that you're doing better objectively. So investing in training to get better is going to help you. The third tip is to get a focus group together. Get a group of friends, a group of strangers, or even pay to use a certain service so that you can get unbiased feedback so that you know, hey, I'm actually getting better. My music is good enough. But really, and like I alluded to in the intro, there's only one way to really level up your confidence. And that's to go out there and do it. The more you perform, the more you get a feel for these audiences, the more you put your music out there and you get a real reaction from real fans, the more you take shots, the more confident you are at letting it go when the pressure is high. So just get out there and do it. You are good enough, I promise, right? And even if you don't have the technical ability right now, you have the willingness to learn. So you have everything that you need to get better. You just got to go out there and do it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. What tips do you have to help people gain their confidence? What's helped you in the past? Was it hard getting started and is it easier for you now? I'd love to know in the comments of this video. Until the next time, be safe, be well, keep dreaming, work hard and make those music business dreams a reality. Peace.